Hey, can't stop, won't stop, Rockefeller Records, 'cause we get down, baby. We get down, baby. Girls, the girls, they love us.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video all about this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, and I am so excited to finally do this video for you. It's supposed to be a 24-hour full coverage foundation. So I'm just going to give you a quick little backstory all about this foundation before we get into the review. So just keep watching. So the Can't Stop Won't Stop full coverage foundation is $15. You can buy it on the NYX website as well as Ulta. Those are the two places that I've seen it. I'm not sure if you can get it from anywhere else. I didn't see it in Walmart or anything, so I'm thinking it's just Ulta in the website. It comes in 45 different shades. Thank you, NYX. Well appreciated. Let me just show you how it looks. Like, I just need you to see what that looks like. Yes, I just needed y'all to see that. The description is, it's a lightweight, definitely, we'll get into that. Actually, I definitely agree that it's definitely a lightweight foundation. It doesn't feel like you're wearing anything at all. It's supposed to be waterproof and pigmented AF. Okay. It says the Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation is full coverage. It hustles as hard as you do. This comfy liquid formula comes in 45 flattering tones that don't transfer. So it's kind of reminding me a little bit of the Becca foundation, the 24-hour foundation. So yeah, we're going to see how that works out. Every creamy shade glides on smooth, delivering matte coverage. The color stays for up to 24 hours. Our little overachiever also works to control shine and mattify your complexion all day long. But it doesn't stop there. This foundation is non-comedogenic. It does not clog your pores. That's a plus. And suitable for normal oiling in combination. It's non-comedogenic and suitable for normal oily combination and sensitive skin types. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you the setup in my Ulta store. This is what it looks like, and I just wanted to move in a little close for you guys so you can see. Right down on the left side where the makeup artist's face is, they have little dots that kind of show you if it's a warm, neutral, or cool tone, so that makes it really easy to find your shade. So yeah, looking at the website, I see that it already has 71 reviews and 4.5 stars. So if you guys are interested to see how this foundation worked for me, just keep watching this video. Okay, so here's the foundation. I'm gonna use the shade Sienna, and I'm gonna do my left side with the Beauty Blender and the right side with a brush. I'm just going to be using a primer that I would normally use. I'm going to be using the Beauty Blender on the left side and, well, my Real Techniques beauty sponge. And I'm going to be using the NYX number 22 brush on the right. So I'm going to go ahead and put some on the back of my hand and go in with my damp Beauty Blender. And I'm not going to do that because I almost forgot my primer. So I already prepped my skin. I used my Ampoule Serum and my oil of Olay it's a sunscreen, so that's why I use that one. I like that, and it doesn't leave like a really shiny residue. So I'm just gonna go in with like a little pea-sized amount of my Baby Skin by Maybelline, and I'm going to put that on the places that I get oily. And since this foundation is supposed to be matte, I don't really want to do a matte primer. I would normally use my L'Oreal Infallible Matte Primer, but you know, since it's a matte foundation, I don't want to be too matte, so I'm just going to put this in the places that I get oily or I have like large pores, just to, you know, give it some extra security. And now I'm going to go ahead and take my damp beauty sponge and dip it in the foundation and go to work. So right away, I see that the coverage is bomb. Like, it's a very full coverage. This is the first swipe. Like, you can't even... I actually should have did the sponge on the side of where I have the hyperpigmentation, because this side is really interesting. But, yeah, so I really do like the coverage so far. It's going on very easy, and it's blending very well. The consistency, it feels like It feels a little watery, but it feels like a little watery, but it doesn't feel heavy. So I definitely like that. Because nobody wants to wear heavy foundation, especially a matte foundation. I feel like heavy matte foundation truly sucks. So like as I'm putting it on with the Beauty Blender, like I can still feel moisture in my skin, if that makes sense. So I feel like it's like a perfect match. I really like it. Definitely gonna have to go get another one when we get out of the summer. And it's definitely buildable. I'm like applying whatever is left on my hand, and it's definitely buildable. I feel like it oxidizes a little bit, so, but it's not like a crazy oxidized where like the color that you pick up is going to be a totally different shade. It's like it oxidizes, but not to the point where it's unrecognizable. After looking at my skin on the side that I applied with the Beauty Blender, I feel like it looks skin-like, and it still has a little glow to it, so I do like that, and we'll see how it looks once it dries down. So now I'm gonna go in on the other side with the brush, and I'm only using 2 pumps right now just so I can, you know, build it up and see what I'm working with. I don't really like the smell of it, but that's just me. It smells kind of like paint, but I have also been painting my house lately, so everything smells like paint. It's definitely going on differently with the brush, as you know it should, but I definitely like it with the Beauty Blender. But as you can see, it covered up my hyperpigmentation so easily and so quickly. And this is still, that was like 1 pump. So. I definitely prefer applying this foundation with the Beauty Blender. I feel like it's much easier. But yeah, I definitely like this foundation. It's a plus. I'm just gonna go in with the bottom of my Beauty Blender just as I would if I was using a brush anyway, and just make sure that everything is blended properly into my liking and under my eyes. Okay, so that was the 2 pumps that I used, and I really do like the coverage. I really do like the coverage that it's given me. It's given me like it still has like a very healthy skin look to it, which I really like, because you know some matte foundations can kind of make you look like you're dry. So I really do like the fact that it's given me still a very healthy glow with a matte foundation. So I'm just gonna go off camera and apply the rest of my foundation, the rest of my makeup look, and while I'm doing that, I'm just gonna feel it and see how I like it, and then I'll come back to you guys and let you know how I feel about this foundation. So, okay guys, so now that I finished the rest of this look, I wanted to come back and give you the tea on this foundation. So again, I used the NYX foundation, the Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. It's the 24-hour wear. It's supposed to be a 24-hour wear. I don't know that yet because I've only been wearing it for about 15 minutes. So I really can't give you the scoop on that yet. But I did want to tell you about how it was as far as blending and just applying to my face. I really, really love this foundation. It was done very well because I feel like when I look at my skin, I don't see the texture, or like, you know how when you wear matte foundation, and then I even said it with my the Sacha Buttercup powder, and which I just applied it as I would normally apply my foundation, just to see how well it works with my natural routine, you know. So just doing that and looking at it, I really do feel like it's performing well so far. I don't have any creasing under my eye that makes me feel like, like matte foundations, sometimes they have a way of just making you look dehydrated and dry, and I'm really not experiencing with that with this foundation. Of course, I see my pores as I normally would because, they're there, but it's not giving me any texture that I normally wouldn't have. And everything blended very well with the foundation. I used my Maybelline Better Skin Super Stay Concealer, which is my favorite concealer. I used everything that I normally use, like I said. So it blended very well with it. I used powder. I didn't cream, contour, or anything like that. I used my NYX face powder. Let me show you. I really, really like this contour palette, so I used that one. I didn't really feel like doing a heavy contour today. I used my Betty Luminizer highlighter. So I used a lot of products that I normally use, and I feel like it collaborated well with all of my other products. So I would definitely rate that an A+ in that department. As far as oxidation, I did realize that it oxidized a little bit. It wasn't like where, if you go to the bottle, when you go to the store, you have to pick the shade before your actual shade oxidation. But it did oxidize like a little bit, but it didn't change the color to the point where it just doesn't match me at all. Like, I still feel like we have like a very good matching situation going on here. As far as being blendable, I feel like it was very blendable. It went on easily and it didn't dry too fast, but that could also be the way that I applied it, because when I watched other people's videos, one person did have that problem where it dried before they were able to like really blend it. So yeah, just using the sponge and putting it on my hand, I have great results with that. It definitely dries down to a matte finish with a healthy glow, if that's the best way I can describe it. Like, it's a matte finish, but it's still very skin-like, which I can definitely appreciate from a matte foundation, because I really don't like that dry look that a matte foundation can give. It's just, why would I put on foundation to make my skin look an even tone, and now I have all of this dryness and, cracky looking look. I don't like that. If I had to recommend this foundation to anybody, it would be, because I have normal to combination skin, so I would definitely recommend this foundation for somebody with normal, combo to oily skin. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for somebody with dry skin, because you really kind of don't need a matte foundation, but it's definitely not something I would say don't try. If I had to think about like the consistency of the foundation formula, I would say if it reminds me of something. Do you know how like everybody used to buy the matte and poreless and the dewy finish and combine them? I think that's what this consistency feels like, and I feel like it gives you that look. So it's both of those foundations in one. So yeah, guys, that's my final thought on the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I definitely rate this A+. I think they did a great job, because especially with the inclusivity and just the look that it gives you such a beautiful and skin-like look. And it's just like the foundation that you really kind of do want to wear for 24 hours if you had to wear it for 24 hours, because if it looks like this later, I don't have no problems with it. Like, it's just, I love this finish. It's top notch for the drugstore, so I definitely recommend this foundation. If you guys have any other questions that I did not answer, or the questions you think I should answer in my future reviews, please leave them down below. I'm still trying to get this together, and I would love to have it perfected for you guys. So if there's anything that you want to know about the foundation or future foundations or anything like that, please leave that in the comments down below so I can make sure that I answer all of those questions for you guys. And I thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye! Okay guys, so yes, I'm back to film the second half of this video, and I just wanted to fill you guys in. I should have did it this morning before I left, but anyway, I'll do it now. The time is 9:55, so I've been wearing this foundation for almost 13 hours. Okay, and I'm just ready to get it off my face. I just wanted to come and show you guys how this foundation, oh crap, I'm filming and I didn't even bring my light. Hold on, y'all. So yeah, I wanted to come back and show you guys how this foundation held up for the last 13 hours. I'm just gonna say 13 because I put it on at 9 o'clock this morning and it's 9:56. So yeah, as you can see, it's still very, very, very pretty. Like, I can definitely foresee myself wearing this foundation, especially if I feel like I have to wear my foundation for a long period of time in the day. But yeah, I have a little bit of oil in my T-zone, which whatever. The amount of oil that I have in my T-zone for 13 hours is still pretty to me. Like, the foundation is still, I don't know if you guys can even see it, it's still like a very flawless coverage. Like, I'll take this any day. Now, the only thing that I have a problem with, like I was saying when I was filming the video earlier, is that it does oxidize. Now, when I went outside earlier, me and my husband, we went out for a bit. When I came back, it looked a little bit darker than it did before I left. But now that I'm back home, I guess it was just the lighting of where I was at, because it's matching me again. And I did do some more research while I was, waiting for the time to come so that I can show you how this looks. And I was watching some other people's videos and they were saying that it did oxidize a lot. Even Alyssa, the person, congratulations Alyssa, like I'm a little late in the whole video, but I'm sorry. Congratulations, girl. But she said it does oxidize. So what I suggest doing, like she did and everyone else, is just go to the store and try it on and just see how it does with your skin over a little bit of time. Like, luckily I happened to purchase this foundation and I did try it on in the store, so I think I kind of just got lucky. So yeah, now come a couple of months from now, when we all go back to our normal color, I'm probably gonna have to go back for cappuccino, because I can't tell looking at this foundation that it's gonna be too dark when later on. But anyway, about the foundation and what I've been experiencing throughout the day, I did get a little oily here in my T-zone and I did have to blot. Now, the foundation said it was transfer proof, and I don't know if it was just my skin type, but when I did blot, I had a little, it was transfer. And I also wanted to mention, like, where I normally would have creasing, and that's like right here or on the smile lines. And when I talk, you see, like, I'll have them, but when I look regular with my mouth closed, I don't have any creasing, which is a given in almost any foundation for me. So the fact that I didn't even sit there with powder and I have no creasing, I can always appreciate that. I definitely foresee myself wearing this foundation often, because I feel like this foundation would be good for like weddings or going to work, because it's very, very low maintenance. And when I say that, I mean, like, you don't really have to put powder on. Like, I used powder, but the places that I did not use powder is still matte. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely think it's a very low maintenance foundation. So it's perfect for weddings. I feel like it would be very low touch up. And for work, like, you're busy, you don't want to have to worry about your foundation. And when you're rushing in the morning, you don't want to have a billion steps to make sure your face is secured. Definitely an A+ from this foundation. I do have oil, which to me, I almost feel like is to be expected, even when it does say that it won't. I just feel like it just depends on your skin type. So you may have some oil, you may not have some oil, so it really does depend on your skin type. But yeah, I definitely give this foundation an A+. And I just can't, even looking at my skin right now, I'm like, I cannot believe the coverage. And like, look, y'all know that my hyperpigmentation is on this side. Where? So I'm going to give one last tip for this foundation, and I feel like hydrating your skin and using hydrating products before using this foundation will definitely add to the process of it being for it working for you, because just using the serum that I use, which is a hydrating serum, as well as like the products that I use to cleanse my face and everything like that, I feel like that definitely helped with the foundation not looking dry matte, but also looking like a healthy matte, if that makes sense. I don't feel like I'm wearing foundation like when I make faces or anything like that, but I definitely feel like using hydrating products will definitely help with the wear of this foundation. So one last thing I wanted to do was just see how it would look if I decided to, you know, just powder or something like that. So I'm just gonna try to use some of my Sasha Buttercup powder as if like I was out somewhere and I wanted to just refresh my face a little bit. So I'm only putting it in the places that I am oily, and then I'm just going to brush it off. I'm going to use this random Estee Lauder brush and just this is like sometimes how I do bring my setting powder with me when I'm out, just in case problems like this were to happen. I wouldn't probably use this brush, but since it's around, we're gonna use that. So yeah, it went right back to normal, and I do see, obviously my nose is not as contoured, and you know how it looked earlier, it kind of looks like the foundation kind of rubbed off. And if you think about it, that is actually where I used the a different product, so it could very well be the other product breaking down, which broke down the other. I don't know, but that seems to be the main places where I was oily. So next time I try this foundation, I may just try it with nothing and see how it works. I'll be walking around with the flat face, but you know, or maybe I'll find a NYX concealer that may work with it. So, you know, because I feel like it kind of went right back to normal, just how it was this morning. It gave me like more of a matte finish than I did just a second ago. So I definitely rate this foundation an A+, and I recommend it for, of course, like I said earlier, people with normal to oily skin. But I feel like Alyssa Ashley actually said that she has dry skin and she uses it, so you know, it could be from dry all the way to oily. So I definitely recommend this foundation. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye. The takedown is real, y'all. Oh crap. Oh crap. Come on. Lipstick on your teeth.